Hi, everyone. My name is Laura Roberts. I am from the University at Buffalo here at our Audiology and Speech Language Pathology Clinic. We are the Speak Out Therapy and Research Center for New York State. So I'm very happy to be back and to be doing these daily home practice sessions with all of you at home. There's another photo. We have our photos of our campus here. That is just a few buildings away from where our offices are at the University at Buffalo. It's called Hayes Hall, which is a beautiful building here if you've ever been to Buffalo and you're able to drive by. We are going to get right into our warm-ups. We're really going to think about using that intent, lifting and projecting our voices. We're going to connect these and really lift and boost our intent as much as possible. We're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. May, me, my, mo, moo. Take a few breaths in between here, but we're going to get right into number 2 with even more intent in 3, 2, 1. May, me, my, mo, moo. And take a few intentional breaths in between and really think about lifting our voices for number 3 in 3, 2, 1. May, me, my, mo, moo. For number 4, do the same thing with lifting that intent, but lots of intention in our lips and with our tongue as well. In 3, 2, 1. May, me, my, mo, moo. And here in our groups in Buffalo, we always say the last one, the best one. So our best intent for number 5 here in 3, 2, 1. May, me, my, mo, moo. Wonderful. Take a short break here. Take some breaths. Take a sip of water. And tell me, with your best intent, what our next activity will be. If you said our ahs, you would be correct. So we are going to extend those ahs, really lifting and projecting our voices for about 10 seconds. I will do a countdown on my fingers for you so you can see, and we will get started in 3, 2, 1. Wonderful. I had to take a big breath, intentional breath after that first one. So really think about boosting that intent for number 2 in 3, 2, 1. Great. I am feeling your intent all the way here in Buffalo, so keep it up and really project your voices here for number 3 in 3, 2, 1. Wonderful. Really check in with your bodies, with yourselves, with your level of intent. And if you can push it for our next one and really lift that voice, let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Very good. I had to push my own intent all the way to the end there. So I hope you're doing the same at home as best as you can, really getting that intention all the way to the end of the ahs. We'll do our last one, best one with intent in 3, 2, 1. Ah. Wonderful. Using that intent at home with our homework. If you know our next exercise, say it with intent. And if you said the glides, you would be correct. So we're going to throw that lower note out. We're going to study it. And then we're going to try to capture as many notes up that glide to that higher note as best as we can. We'll take an intentional breath, but then come back in at that higher note and then glide back down to that lower note. We'll start the first one together in 3, 2, 1. Wonderful. Sometimes the glides can be a little bit more challenging to get started. So now that we have the first one down, we can really think about increasing that intent for number 2 in 3, 2, 1. You got it. You got it. Let's increase that intent and boost it even more for our next glide, glide number 3 in 3, 2, 1. We've got 2 more, so we're really going to bring that intent as best as we can for number 4 here in 3, 2, 1. Great. I'm feeling that intent. I'm feeling that energy. We want to really boost it for the last one. Last one, best one, as we say, in 3, 2, 1. Wonderful. So really check in with your level of intent. Sometimes in our groups, we'll give a rating. So on a scale from 1 to 10, where is your intent? So if some folks might say, well, my intent right now is a 6 or a 7, we'll say, okay, well, maybe we can increase that to a 7 or an 8 or an 8 or a 9. Or maybe even a 10. So think about that as we get into our sequences. We're not doing numbers today, we're doing days of the week. So we want these nice and connected, intentional, lifting that voice up and over. And we're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So lots of sounds with these. So every sound with intent. Take a sip of water in between. And thinking about lifting our voices for round 2 in 3, 2, 1. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Great job, everyone. I'm really hearing and feeling intent through the computer. I hope you are too. And I hope that for our next one, we're really lifting our voices and really using intent on each and every sound. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Wonderful. Using that intent and really lifting our voices. We are going to do some reading about art facts today. We asked our speak out groups, we mentioned that we're going to be doing some of these daily home practice exercises and maybe what kind of topics would be good. So here in Buffalo, we had an art museum that reopened recently, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So we thought we could do a little bit of an art theme and let you know a little bit about Buffalo and about our art museum as well. So we're going to read these sentences with our best intent, lifting your voices up over the computer. Let's say this one together in 3, 2, 1. The Mona Lisa is one of the most famous paintings in the world. So we're going to put a little extra emphasis on Mona Lisa again in 3, 2, 1. The Mona Lisa is one of the most famous paintings in the world. I'm hearing and feeling that intent. We are going to come into our number 2 sentence here. So make sure that we're putting extra intent on the highlighted words. We'll say this one together in 3, 2, 1. Van Gogh only sold one painting during his lifetime. I think I saw that this might be a myth, that maybe he traded some paintings or maybe he sold more than one, but I have heard this before. If anyone at home knows anything about this, maybe you could type that. But let's say this again in 3, 2, 1. Van Gogh only sold one painting during his lifetime. Wonderful. We're lifting our voices again for our next art fact here. We'll read this one together in 3, 2, 1. The Sistine Chapel ceiling, sorry about that, we're restarting, took Michelangelo 4 years to complete. Very good. Thank you for moving through my blunder there. We'll say this one again with special emphasis on 4 years in 3, 2, 1. The Sistine Chapel ceiling took Michelangelo 4 years to complete. So that is a long time, but what a masterpiece that we have there. For our conversation, we are going to name 3 artists. We have 3 that are listed here. We'll say these together, really lifting these words, these names, and boosting our intent in 3, 2, 1. Van Gogh, Michelangelo, Picasso. So at home, think of some artists, painters, sculptors. Maybe you have some artists in your family, maybe some children or brothers or sisters or friends. You can say their names with intent, really lifting your voices up over the computer for these. I can feel the intent coming through my computer. We're going to do another one just like it. We're going to name types of art. So what you can think of, maybe types of painting, some things that we can do, maybe just puttering around the house can be different kinds of art. But first we're going to list the 3 that are here. We're going to practice with our best intent in 3, 2, 1. Oil painting, sculpture, watercolor. So at home, say some other types of art with your best intent. Lifting your voice up over that computer. I can feel the intent, that intention in our voices coming through the computer. We are going to move on to Dr. Boon's words before we get to our bonus reading. So we're going to read through these twice. We'll start with the first line together. Goo, la, gung, ga, ga. Again. Goo, la, gung, ga, ga. And the second line with even more intent. Ku, ka, mung, goo, ka. Wonderful. Boost that intent even more for time 2. Ku, ka, mung, goo, ka. We're going to come to the back here in the first line. Gung, gla. And again. Gung, gla. And the last line. Ku, kla. One more time with your best intent. Ku, kla. Wonderful. We're hearing that intent shine through loud and clear. We're going to get on to our bonus reading. So like I mentioned, the people in our group said that maybe our Buffalo AKG Museum would be a really nice thing to showcase for bonus reading. And so there is a link here in the PowerPoint. We'll add it to our handout as well about the reopening. This art museum was closed for 2 years while they renovated it and created some new space for it. So the picture that you're seeing here is the new space. But we'll read through part of the article together, and if you'd like to read the entirety of it, we have the link there for you. So we're going to lift our voices for this together, and we'll say this together in 3, 2, 1. The Buffalo AKG Art Museum was renovated and reopened in 2023. The new building's galleries soar, creating cavernous, open, light-infused spaces. Really putting extra emphasis on those highlighted words. We'll say this one more time together in 3, 2, 1. The Buffalo AKG Art Museum was renovated and reopened in 2023. The new building's galleries soar, creating cavernous, open, light-infused spaces. So, and this is true. I've been here a few times, and it really is a beautiful, beautiful space. This picture is part of the old building. So the old building has been there for a very long time, and part of the art gallery is also housed in this building. Let's say this part of the article together in 3, 2, 1. The AKG Museum started in 1862 as the Buffalo Fine Arts Academy. The museum has dedicated itself solely to modern and contemporary art. So making sure we're using intent all the way to the end of the sentence. We'll say this again in 3, 2, 1. The AKG Museum started in 1862 as the Buffalo Fine Arts Academy. The museum has dedicated itself solely to modern and contemporary art. Wonderful. And one of the highlights at the AKG is the Clifford Still exhibit. So we have one of his paintings here and some information. We will read this in 3, 2, 1. The Buffalo AKG has an unparalleled collection of Clifford Still paintings. In 1964, Clifford Still gifted 31 paintings. one of the most staggering artist to institution gifts in history. That's a mouthful for that second sentence, so try to keep that intent all the way to the end, to that highlighted word. We'll say this all again in 3, 2, 1. The Buffalo AKG has an unparalleled collection of Clifford Still paintings. In 1964, Clifford Still gifted 31 paintings, one of the most staggering artist to institution gifts in history. So again, that was quite a mouthful. That gives you a little bit of information about something that we hold dear here in Buffalo, our AKG Art Museum. So again, my name is Laura Roberts. It's always such a pleasure to do these daily home practice exercises here. Many thanks to Samantha and everybody at Parkinson Voice Project for their support. If you're in New York State and in need of Speak Out services, we are here. We are here in person. We are here on Zoom. My email and my phone number are here. They are lr82@buffalo.edu or 716-829-5865. Again, many thanks. Move to the rest of your day using all your best intent. Thanks. Bye-bye.